Even after the British left in 1947, communalism has continued. अब इधर क्या है? In recent years, what you have noticed, lynching of Muslims, bulldozing houses of Muslims, atrocities on Muslims. वो कोई जय श्री राम नहीं कह रहा तो पिटाई करो उसकी. There was this professor Mahmoodabad of Ashoka University in Haryana. He had only written that Muslims are being lynched, which is a fact, and he has been arrested and put in jail. Umar Khalid, who got a PhD from JNU for 6 years, he's in jail for nothing. There's no real charge against him. And this is our judiciary. Pardon me, my brother Santosh Hegde, this is what has happened to your judiciary. Your job was to protect the rights of citizens. That is what you are paid for. And lots of Muslims are in custody for years. Umar Khalid, what is there against? I can't find anything except that he is a Muslim by name. For 6 years, and these Supreme Court judges, they postpone his bail application. Postpone करते जा रहे हैं. अरे bail application, when a bail application would come to me, within 2 weeks I would decide it this way or that way. I would give 1 week time to the government to file counter affidavit, and within 10 days or 2 weeks I would decide it. आप यहाँ चला जा रहा है, year after year, cases are not being heard, delayed. Are you really acting as the guardians of the liberties of the people, which is your solemn duty as a Supreme Court, High Court judge? So now coming back to the central point which I raised, that how can we transform India into a modern industrial giant? Because that alone can radically change the situation and abolish poverty and unemployment, hunger and so on. How can our problem be solved? See, one thing is very clear, that they cannot be solved within the present constitutional system. Because in our constitution, you have provided for parliamentary democracy. And how does parliamentary democracy function in this country? Everybody knows. 90% people, when they go to vote, they don't see the merit of the candidate, whether he's a good man, bad man, educated, uneducated, criminal, non-criminal. सीधे भेड़ बकरी जैसे, like sheep and cattle, जात बरादरी पे वोट डाल दोगे कि हमको आप लिंगायत है कि वो कलिग्गा है. इस पे तो he may be a good man, criminal, but he will लिंगायत, I will vote for him. बहुत अच्छा, wonderful system. 90% people behave like sheep and cattle. कि लिंगायत को देना हमें, या क्या वो कलिग्गा कहते हैं, क्या कहते हैं? वो कलिग्गा, even if he is a criminal, he is dacoit. That is why there are so many criminals in parliament and state legislatures. Because you are not voting on his merit, you are voting on his caste. This is your parliamentary democracy. You see, casteism and communalism are feudal forces which have to be destroyed if India is to progress. But parliamentary democracy further entrenches them because it runs on that basis. So it entrenches, it makes stronger these feudal forces. How can parliamentary democracy do any good to your country? And mind you, this country is permanently in an election mode. हिंदुस्तान में 28 स्टेट्स है और 8 यूनियन टेरिटरीज हैं. 28 states and 8 union territories. So somewhere or the other, either elections are taking place or preparations for elections are taking place. Like in Bihar, elections are due in October. उसके बाद कहीं ना कहीं तो माहौल permanently we are in an election mode. और election जीतने का क्या तरीका है? How to win election? By polarizing society, by spreading hatred, by inciting on religious or caste basis hatred. ये तो आपकी पॉलिटिक्स हो गई है. पार्टी में यहाँ बैठे हैं हमारे एमएलए साहब, चले गए क्या? Is he gone? Left. I have no respect for politicians. I must tell you, I am a very blunt man. I have no respect for politicians. Most of them are rogues and rascals. They are crooks, hoodlums, gangsters, mafia. They are deceivers. They have no genuine love for the country. They only seek power and pelts for themselves or their families. कुछ देश से प्रेम है इन लोगों को? बस वोट मिल जाए हमको, by hook or crook I must get vote, I must get elected, सत्ता मिल जाए, पावर मिल जाए. At least I can't have any respect for such people. सारे देखिए, all our institutions have collapsed. आपकी जुडिशरी, अब देखिए बैठे हैं जस्टिस संतोष हेगड़े, बैठे हैं मैडम सुधा. Is this a judiciary or a joke? You take 25 years to decide a case. Who is going to wait for 20? By the time it is decided in appeal and second appeal or writ, whatever, 25, 30 years have elapsed. If you have filed a divorce petition against your wife, you are a young man, by the time the case ends in appeal, second appeal, your hair would have turned white. Then what is the use of it? You want divorce to get remarried again? ये आपकी जुडिशरी और जोक, तारीख पे तारीख पड़ती, पुअर लिटिगेंट जो फंस गया, डेट आफ्टर डेट. What kind of a judiciary is it which takes 25, 30 years to decide a case finally? मजाक है? It's a joke. And more than half the judges, by the way, are corrupt. Mr. Shanti Bhushan, a very eminent lawyer, former Union Law Minister, filed an affidavit in 2009, I think, in which he gave the names of, he said out of 16 former Chief Justices of India, 8 were definitely corrupt. And mind you, these are Chief Justices of India. 8 were definitely corrupt. 2 about which there is some doubt whether there is corrupt or honest. 6, they were definitely honest. He has given the names, and he's not an ordinary man. He was Union Law Minister and top Supreme Court lawyer. कितना corruption फैल गया है आपकी जुडिशरी में? तो क्या, is it not a total collapse of your system? Some people ask me, I said, yes, close down the law courts. You don't need your law courts anymore. And this is the way you're going to function. You're taking 25 years to decide cases, and half of you are corrupt, and go home, pack up, resign, and go home, get out. We don't need a judiciary. क्या फायदा है इसी जुडिशरी से? I am a very straightforward talker. I don't believe in talking nonsense. आपकी पार्लियामेंट में क्या होता है? चिल्ला रहे हैं, shouting, screaming, कुछ नहीं है, कुछ होता है. Bureaucracy, police has largely become, politicized. They were meant to be independent organs, but they have all become agents of the politicians. ये क्या पूरा सिस्टम आपका कोलैप्स कर गया है? So what is the solution then to the problem? देखिए, I am very clear cut. I have no confusion. You people may be under confusion. I have no confusion. The way out for the Indian people is to launch a mighty, united people struggle, which is going to last 15, 20 years, and which tremendous sacrifices will have to be made. And thereafter culminating in a revolution, which will set up a political and social order under which India rapidly industrializes and the standard of living of the people steadily rises and people get decent lives. This is the only way out. Some kind of revolution is coming in this country because everything else is collapsed. But for this revolution, you need patriotic, modern-minded, selfless leaders, which presently are not to be seen. अभी तो जो आपके नेता हैं, ये 2 कौड़ी के लोग हैं. They are men of straw. They are nothing. Of all parties, I am not blaming up any particular party. क्या 2 कौड़ी के? They are not worth even talking to. I don't even like to talk to politicians. Such worthless people these people are. अब देखिए, as I said, देखिए, I am not a supporter of democracy and freedom. See, remember one thing. The test of every political activity is one and only one. And that is, does it raise the standard of living of the people? Does it give people better lives? That is the end. Freedom and democracy can only be a means to that end. It is not the end in itself. So too much democracy and freedom should not be allowed. Democracy means caste and communal vote banks. This is democracy in our country. Do you want this? And if feudal forces are being further strengthened, this is your democracy. I'm against democracy. China में कोई democracy नहीं है. You know, Chinese leaders, their one aim is to keep on industrializing, developing the industries. China has become, very powerful. आपके यहाँ क्या लीडर्स का क्या एम है कि राम मंदिर बनाना है, काउ प्रोटेक्शन करना, ये आपके कंट्री लीडर्स का एम है. दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन चाइना एंड आप जानते हैं देखिए, recently there was a 4-day war between India and Pakistan. Now, in this war, the Pakistanis used Chinese aircraft and missiles, whereas we used French Rafale and Mirage and Sukhoi. But the Chinese weapons, aircraft and missiles proved superior to us. They knocked out, destroyed many of our aircraft. What does it prove? It proves that China has gone ahead of Europeans in technology, because these weapons, modern weapons, can only be a product of modern industrialized economy. So China has gone ahead in industrialization as compared to Europe. It has not come up to the level of USA, but it has surpassed Europe. So, क्योंकि वहाँ leaders, they don't permit democracy now. सीधे industrialization बढ़ता जाएगा. Rapidly they are increasing it. आपके यहाँ क्या है कि राम मंदिर बनाना है, वही है आपका प्रायोरिटी. अभी yesterday it was announced योगा डे. अरे खाने को है नहीं, पेट में रोटी नहीं है, योगा करो. You don't have a job, but do yoga. Wonderful. Are these not stunts and gimmicks? You are treating your people to be fools. You think your people are fools. उनको योगा करा रहे हो. अरे भाई, उनको नौकरी चाहिए, उसको रोटी पेट में चाहिए, मगर उसका नहीं, रोटी और नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी, योगा करो. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. अच्छा, अब नाउ see, presently India is not passing through the period of revolution, but before the actual revolution breaks out, there is a period of ideological revolution. We are passing through that period of ideological revolution. See, for example, in France there was a revolution in 1789. But before 1789, for several decades, there was an ideological revolution led by great thinkers and writers like Voltaire and Rousseau and Diderot and so on, which attacked the feudal system, attacked religious bigotry and so on. So India is presently passing through the period of ideological revolution, which is a precursor, which precedes the actual revolution. Or इसमें all of you thinkers can play a great role in attacking feudal ideas like casteism and communalism and so on. That is your patriotic duty which you have to perform. अब देखिए, एक चीज आप बता दें and then I will conclude. Hear me very carefully. See, the problem is not how to raise the production. You've got modern method. You can increase steel production or copper production. You can increase production of anything, any number of times. The problem is that people are too poor to buy that. Problem is of purchasing power. आप प्रोडक्शन बढ़ा देंगे मगर वो बिकेगा नहीं, because people are so poor they can't buy it. Now, what happened in the Soviet Union? Let me just tell you. In 1917, there was a revolution in Russia. The real industrialization of Russia started in 1928 with the adoption of the first 5-year plan. The methodology adopted in that 5-year plan was this: every 2 years, the prices of commodities were reduced by 5 to 10%. Every 2 years. So steadily the prices are being lowered and lowered. The central government fixed all the prices, and every 2 years the prices were reduced by 5 to 10%. Now this resulted in increase in the purchasing power of the masses, because with the same income, now you can buy more goods because the prices are going down. So this way the domestic market was expanded by this methodology, by steadily reducing prices and simultaneously stepping up production. So what production you increase could be absorbed in the domestic market. Broadly, this was the method adopted in the Soviet Union. Basically, you have to rely on the domestic market. You can't rely on foreign markets, because reliance on foreign markets is very precarious. They may be cut off by some foreign power, or there may be a recession in that foreign country where you sell goods. 95% of to be stable, you have to rely on the domestic market. So you have to increase the purchasing power of the people. And I told you the method adopted in the Soviet Union. Now you may not adopt the same method as in the Soviet Union. You may adopt some other method, but you have to find out some way of how to raise the purchasing power of the masses so that the increased production can be absorbed. This is what you people should start thinking. Now there are many other things which I want to talk about, but I'll conclude by just a bit of literature. ये जो पहलगाम अटैक हुआ, in which 26 Hindu tourists were killed on 22nd April 2025. Within half an hour of that attack, entire media started shouting, Pakistan ne kiya, Pakistan ne kiya. Achha, I was interviewed, and I said, well, what is the evidence that it was Pakistan who did it? See, those people who killed those 26 Hindus, they disappeared into the jungles. Now, who were they? Whether Hindus, whether Indians, Pakistanis, who supplied them weapons, whether they had a mastermind, we don't know anything. आपने चिल्लाना शुरू किया, पाकिस्तान ने किया. मैंने कहा, this reminds me of two literary pieces. One is Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar. You see, when Julius Caesar was assassinated, the Romans were very angry at his assassination. So they came out on the streets searching for the assassins. Now, one of the assassins was a man called Cinna, Cinna. But the mob caught hold of a man whose name was also Cinna. But he was Cinna the poet. So he started shouting, why are you catching me? I'm not Cinna the assassin, I'm Cinna the poet. So the Roman mob said, then hang him for his bad verses. He writes bad poetry, and they killed him. So what I mean to say is that mob mentality is emotional, not rational. They want to kill someone. किसी को अब आपने पाकिस्तान को पकड़ लिया, पीटो, इज ए गुड विपिंग बॉय, मारो. कोई नो इन्वेस्टिगेशन, डन नथिंग आपने. दूसरा पीस है एलिस इन वंडरलैंड. उसमें देयर इज वन कैरेक्टर कॉल्ड द क्वीन ऑफ हार्ट्स. एनीबॉडी ब्रॉट बिफोर, शी वुड से ऑफ विद हिज हेड, सर काटो. सो somebody said, what about holding a trial before cutting off his head? What about giving him a hearing? She said, no, that will come later, first cut off his head. तो आप यानी you all are behaving like this. कि साहब वो पाकिस्तान ने क्या, without investigation, पाकिस्तान ने. अच्छा, when I said all this in my interview, immediately I was branded as anti-national, pro-Pakistani. People started attacking me. कि तुम पाकिस्तानी हो, तो मैंने कहा भैया ठीक है, sorry. यानी you can't even raise questions, or you'll be branded as an anti-national. So there are many other things I wanted to talk about, but I was told to conclude now. So you will excuse me now. I have many things to say, but on the next occasion, I will say that also. Thank you.